Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know. Carl rings the bell and the members show to the GMP Morning Show.
Olá Bom Dia ALEGRIA, Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, live stream and podcast. Tudo bem? Como está? What's it all about? Yes, well, still feeling a little bit of the constipação, the constipado here, feeding this bad boy, feeding the cold, starving the fever. And actually, talking of fevers, you don't want to get, if you're Portuguese or a subject to Portuguese superstition and folklore, and the sayings that we have over at the Portugal Club, which is our new story this morning, actually, the Portugal Club and changes there. Yeah, you don't want to be getting a fever in autumn. All will be explained in due course. Good to see you, Coach Turner. Oh, and Mel's just popped in as well. How are you doing? Simply Live, Mel. When are we going to get you on the show? Bom dia todos e feliz quinta, off early today to have new tyres fitted to the car, presumably. Very overdue. I'm just images of these shredded tyres. Very overdue. Oh, mate, you should have come in earlier. Oh, dear, this is going to cost you. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a fantastic day. There he is, one of the guardians of our well-being. Coach Turner there, wishing us a fantastic day. I second that. And yes, I will continue to feed this cold. I've just tucked away a bowl of pasta this morning. Yes, indeed. Oh, hi, Mike. Great to see you yesterday, albeit briefly. That was a great gathering, wasn't it? The storytellers. Really good. Nice to see some old faces there. Don't mean ancient. I mean faces I haven't seen for a little while there. Renee, lovely to see you and your husband yesterday. And to meet you, Andy and Vina. Now, Vina is a Zumba teacher, just moved to San Martino de Porto. And guess what? What, Carl, I hear you ask? Well, Vina is going to do a session, a Zumba session for us over the weekend, probably on the beach if the weather allows. Might be able to test out our new PA system, our portable PA might come into its own then. We're not charging for the Gumper gathering, the Valentine's weekend and the party. If you'd like to make a contribution towards the sound system, gratefully received. If you big corporate sponsors, if you'd like to sponsor the PA system for our parties, they won't remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. Who sponsored the PA for the Gumpers? That made us feel so good. So if you want to help us out with the PA, yeah, no ticket price. It's complicated and it's another job, an admin job. There might be tickets in the future when we have exclusive venues that are just parties for our own access. But for this one, we're going to be at the cocktail bar, the Casa de Lem, the Wheelhouse Cocktail Bar. And we want to have our PA system, a little bit of sponsorship for or a little bit of subsidy for the PA system would be awesome. Anyway, Vina has offered to do a Zumba session, 30 minutes of Zumba. Should we do that on the Saturday morning? Should we do it? Some of us might be a little bit hungover on the Sunday, I wonder. But thanks, Vina. Great to meet you and Andy yesterday. And Philippe, the barman, the cocktail mixologist at the Storytellers. I've known you for a few months now, but didn't realize what an incredibly talented and brilliant and what's fascinating experiences you've had working with the Red Bull cocktail team as well. So lovely to chat more with you, Philippe, and to chat about the good old days of clubbing at the Green Hill nightclub, which was legendary in Portugal. I think Foz and the Green Hill nightclub were like the Ibiza of Portugal. Fascinating stories. Great to talk to you, Philippe, yesterday. Bom dia, Portugal! Now, João Ernesto's intrepid weather reporting is immortalized on our Depression Evo clip that I put up on the channel, on the YouTube channel last night. I'm looking out my window now. We will do the weather in just a moment. But honestly, I took the dogs out last night and Mrs. M came with me around the block. I was really cheesed off with the weather last night. Really have had enough of this now. It's not like me to moan, is it? But this is one of those things with the weather when it goes on and on and on, and so changeable too. I'm uttering and muttering to myself, I didn't move here for this. And Mrs. M, I was saying, Mrs. M, we need to move to Africa or the Far East. This is redunculous. Really, really didn't like it last night. Bit grumpy, maybe. Might be part of, I think, some coldy symptoms. I don't know. Bon dia Gumpers, to Mike and to John. And happy to chat, says Mel. You know how it works here. It's nice and easy. Mel just send you a link. And it's a bit of a Zoom call. And the people we're speaking to today I was talking about guardians of well-being. We have the guard. He didn't like this. I sent it to him. He wasn't impressed with me calling him the guardian of the growers. Second video from him, something about shorts and a CD operation. He's got some new shorts and he's got a CD operation. We're not entirely surprised to hear that from Lee McGrady, but he can explain for himself when he arrives here at around 8:20. And friend of the foreigners, Paolo Funassi. Let me do that again. Paolo Funassi. Voting Funassi. He's going for the mayor's position in Albufeira. He's a big pal to the immigrants, the migrants, the foreigners, the extranjeros. Massive social media presence, group support for people, foreigners in Albufeira, of which there are many. And we'll talk to him about his political career and the fact that he's such a prolific writer as well. He's been capturing the stories of people moving to Portugal, the backstories, the life stories. Really good. Before I forget, here's a lovely meme. There are so many around at the moment. It's fantastic. It's the age of the meme, is it not? But there you go for some of you. If you remember doing this, you had an awesome childhood. I love those memes anyway, of people running through the DDT spray or hanging off the back of a pickup truck at 70 miles an hour on the motorway. Happy times for us. For the last of the baby boomers and the Gen Xers. But there you go. Do you remember going out in the morning with a spear, tracking down a woolly mammoth, and you didn't go in until your mum called you when it was tea time? Happy times. Right, let's do some news, weather, language, culture, well-being. We've had a well-being splash, really, haven't we? I've got an uplifting movie by way of it's visual well-being from Andy Klein. Really good. Really good this morning. The latest of Andy Klein's beautiful films that he makes for us, especially for GMP TV. But let's crack on with the news. We are the news this morning. You are the news. And I want to tell you about changes to the Portugal Club. Sorry if you turned up for the Portugal Club last Tuesday, 2 nights ago. We are moving the online weekly social to 8 o'clock on a Monday. And we're going to go into themes again. Now, this is part of the package. Those of you who are members of the Portugal Club, and you are members of the Portugal Club, if you support the show, you can do that at coffee.com. Easiest way, probably. Only limitation being that it has to be done in dollars. But you'll find out how to do it in euros if you really want to use euros instead. At theportugalclub.com or GMP VIP. We need you. We need your support. We get support, and we're very glad to have a mixture of in-kind support and goodwill, and of course the ACCAs, the cash helps as well in the sort of world we live in. And when you support the show, the Good Morning Portugal enterprise, you get access to the Portugal Club online. And I'll show you a little bit of that in just a moment, because that's where all our sayings are and our resources in our classroom. But you also get access to our weekly online meetup as well. And these are the themes as we roll from next Monday, which is it's going to be February, isn't it, by Monday? Is that the 3rd? Yeah, Monday the 3rd. And our first theme at 8 o'clock is the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club. Bring it all together. And we're opening our doors a little bit more. We do have a lovely core team of wine ninjas, as we call them, of the wine club, which has been going, I think it's getting on for 5 years now. It's amazing. It's the longest standing part, I think, really, of Good Morning Portugal, apart from the show itself and the podcast. And please come along. Please join us for that. I think Gary Garvo had the idea to drink Madeira, which we might have done before, but we've got bad memories. Not bad memories of Madeira. We just got like poor memories. We can't remember what we've been drinking. Not because we drink too much, scandalous rumors, but because we've drunk a lot. We've drunk over 100 different types of wine now, all Portuguese. And I think we're going to be returning to Madeira on Monday the 3rd, unless a better idea comes up, and you're very welcome to join us. Second Monday, this has been prompted by Michael Heron. Remember him? Michael Heron wants to start up a live stream and a podcast, and a very interesting one too. I'm helping him with that, and I'm thinking, well, maybe other people want to start live streams and podcasts. There are people I've helped, including
Good morning.
Good morning. It's time to stop my yawning. Yes, I have helped a few people get their online courses and live streams and podcasts going. Thought I might formalize that. And we'll have a session every second Monday for the Portugal Clubbers who are in the club. And that meant something different, didn't it, in the UK back in the 70s when someone was in the club. Anyway, if you want to get some support and help starting a live stream or a podcast, I'm your man, as will other people be with experience who'll be joining us at 8 p.m. on the second Monday of the month. And very delighted. proud to say, third Mondays, return of the expat mastermind group. There's a higher level of support and sponsors. This is the I want this to be the ultimate networking group of Portuguese expats and foreigners. Third Mondays, a really strong, great network, inspiring people doing incredible things from the foreigner community, the expat community, and making sure that we connect with the best people for the best ideas, for the betterment, and our contribution, our thanks to the country who has showed us so much friendship and support and openness. Yes, Portugal. So the expat mastermind group works, and that's for the higher level supporters and sponsors of the show. And this year, some plans. I mean, the plans have been bubbling under to do amazing things. The extraordinary expats in our community, and others as well. We're not just going to confine it to Good Morning Portugal. There are people who've come to Portugal who want to really contribute to society. There's no formal network. I've talked to Jerry about this, Expats Portugal, and I suspect we will be collaborating with him and others. It's not about the sort of the different lines and departments and different companies. This is about the greater good and coming together as the expat mastermind. And that's on the third Monday. And the thing that we've been doing every Tuesday, which is a normal, just a regular check-in, social and Q&A. And I don't mean to make it sound mundane or unuseful. It's really nice to have a social gathering point once a week. And I mean, I think we do that anyway on the show in the morning. And it's been interesting doing it in the evening, but we've been doing it every Tuesday. And now we're going to make that every month instead of every day. Fourth Monday, for those of you who've been along to that, it's always very convivial, supportive. You can get things off your chest. You can get help. You can help others. Check-in, social, Q&A, fourth Mondays then. And that's it. That's the lineup, the new lineup starting from Monday. Wine Club, 3rd of February. The live streaming and podcasting club on second Mondays, third Mondays. The return of the Mac. The return of the expat mastermind group. And I know some of you are already looking forward to that. And the fourth Mondays will be check-in, social Q&A. We do that every morning for sure, but this isn't streamed on a fourth Monday. This is just hanging out, taking it easy. Maybe having a glass of wine together as well. Love the wine club, says Pete, since the beginning. It's always been fun. Think we should do an under €2, given the success of the under €3 club that we did. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Pete, for that vote of confidence. If you've got something great to say about any of the other outlets and being a member of the Portugal Club, want to give you some great value. I hope we give you value, the Good Morning Portugal endeavor. And I think what we're looking at really is how to be supportive. There's a lot of challenge and pain and things you can be helped with on your way to Portugal, but then it's different. What do you need once you've got to Portugal that the Portugal Club can give you? What are the pains that need a soothing balm on them? BALM, a soothing balm on your any pains and troubles that we can help with so it's a win-win. Please support the Good Morning Portugal show and endeavor, and we will do our utmost best to support you. We have a load of as well as the online meetings and the Portugal Club. If you look at our website, you'll see lots of offers, and I'm endeavoring to do a Bom Dia Daily deal with you as well. So there you go. We are the news this morning. Changes there on the Good Morning Portugal Club for you this morning. Your comments are very welcome indeed on that, on how that shapes up, how we can help you having the most wonderful life here in Portugal. It's not just about solving pain and problems. It's about helping each other have a fantastic time here, living our lives in Portugal. Under €2 wine is vital, says Pete. As a result, I got 10 cubic meters of sand and gravel delivered 40 minutes after texting yesterday afternoon, and my road will be as flat as a pancake tomorrow. Has the storm been taking it out of your drive there, Pete? I think Pete's drive is so long that they use it as a navigation aid when they're flying into Portugal. And so you've got to keep it in good order. I understand that. I hate waiting for tyres, says Pete. So, Del, the only real thing I get through regularly, and they are rubbish at putting on the foam-filled ones. Foam-filled tyres, is that what you've got on the Tesla? They've got to be some serious tyres, haven't they, to handle that weight? How much heavier is an electric car than a conventional car? Do you know? Pete will know the answer to that, of course. We've an appointment, says John, with our local favourite heroin solicitor. And by that, if you're listening on the podcast, that is as in heroic, rather than that solicitor having a side hustle. We have an appointment with our local favourite heroin solicitor. There's no other way of reading it. Tanya, for her assistance navigating the process of renewing our residency. Nice one as well. Paperwork gathering is my task later this morning. Great. Well, good luck with that. And it sounds like Tanya is a good egg. Good morning, everyone from Gemini and Hugh. Good morning. At last, no rain. Yeah, is it getting on your wick over there, Hugh of Visio? I've really had enough of it, and I don't think it's over yet. We'll have a look at that weather in just a moment and see what's what. A bit of culture and language as well to come, and some of those Portuguese sayings that are quite impenetrable. And see if you can help with those. Counting down to the big party, of course, as well on the 15th. I'm loving it. People are saying, how do I RSVP? You just show up. But there are lots of gumpers coming that weekend. It's going to be great fun. JMC is here this morning. Bom dia, rapaziada, as well. What does that actually mean? Has he been insulting us all this time? Can we have a translation? I was like, guys, is it? Morning, guys. I think Bob and Viv in Portugal, actually in England, near Bath this morning, not Bath, Bath. First clear skies, blimey, first clear skies we've seen since arriving in the UK last Thursday. Cold though, 1 degree, high of 7 degrees projected, balmy 7 in the UK. Lots of love to the UK. I was looking at my old town of Sheffield. There are far too many of these videos on YouTube slagging off the UK, I think. I mean, it's good for eyeballs, isn't it, and clicks, I think. Look what a terrible place X, Y, or Z is. And I was looking at my hometown of Sheffield, where I still have family. And they were going down a street that I used to live on, actually. And there on the street is a cafe called Lisboa. A pastel de nata, Fábrica de pastéis de nata. Oh, yeah, we need to talk about that briefly as well this morning. Oh, and I've got the film. Oh, we're running out of time again. Anyway, I might squeeze in a few things at the end of the show, the latter part of the show. Got to look at the weather quickly and play that movie for you. Got quite a lot of video footage to play. Olá Bom Dia from Lord and Lady Travanca. Wow, he's up, everybody. Means good day, guys. Okay, rapaziada. Thank you very much. And Portugal, what's this? Go to Mud Dock for a drink as well. It is very cool and trendy. There's something I've missed out on there, I think, from Coach Turner. Anyway, let's just play. I'll do a weather video. I think you know it's raining. Here's a weather video from the Portuguesa. This is Casa Portuguesa, not to be confused with Casa Portuguesa, of course. We'll talk to them tonight, probably, on the town hall, which I've got to make sure I've got the right one. Here we go.
Another big hailstorm here in central Portugal.
I love the life that I love. I think ironic choice of music there. And I think was the Portuguese moaning about that's the daily storm for you right there. Some hail captured by the Portuguesa at Casa Portuguesa there. Oh, this as well. I've meant to play this a few days ago. We love helping people, especially Colin loves helping people buy cars over at Beniccar. This is what happens when you buy a car at Beniccar. It's rather good. It sounds like a hotel reception because it is like a hotel reception in there or an airport. Did you hear that? The music in the background. Congratulations, Gumpers, who bought a car from Caldas Terrenia there. That's really lovely. I like. Right. I want to play this movie whilst we're waiting for Lee to arrive. I think this is the most important thing right now. And we'll come back to other bits and pieces that I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much, Andy Klein. Well-being for your eyeballs now. You'll love this. This is a really important part of Portuguese culture, beautifully captured by Andy. And we'll see Lee soon after we've seen this. Superb, excellent stuff. Let's keep that applause going and bring onto the screen Lee McGrady. Here he is. Oh, it's not raining. Are you dressed? You go shooting, Lee? You look like you're dressed for the shoot.
Oh, I wish.
It's the glorious 12th.
Well, Mr. Glorious 12. But yeah, it's big good time at the moment. Pheasant shooting in England at the moment. So always like a bit of pheasant shooting.
You do look like Lord of the Manor out on the heath there at the moment. Where are you? What's going on? And welcome to the Good Morning Portugal show, Lee. How are you?
Good morning, Cal. I'm good, yeah. I'm in Algarve at the moment. I'm at a vineyard, which is why it looks a bit green.
Yeah. Have you extended your business to take care of vineyards as well then?
No. I'm to me regular other Thursday morning stopping for coffee with some client I always stop over and have a coffee with before I start work today. So
very nice, very nice. I just want to say thank you to Andy there for producing that video where they chuck the sweet cookies off the cavacus, I think they're called. It's a sweet little bread cake that's thrown off the roof and people try and catch them. What could possibly go wrong, hey? And he's the saint, Sal Gonçalves, who you pray to if you've got any love or marital problems. So worth knowing about from time to time. And also the number of a good dentist or head injury expert. And 10-second rule. Did you see that? I think the 10-second rule was in operation there. Dads were saying, pick it up and eat it. No problem there.
Yeah, kids don't follow 10-second rule anymore.
They don't. They're too soft, aren't they?
No, baby Eve will leave it 30 minutes before she picks a tune off the floor and eats it.
Very good. Okay, it's gone the other way. Excellent.
Yeah.
Right.
She'll walk on it for half an hour first.
I'll tread it in a little bit. Add some extra immunity building stuff. I don't know if you saw this earlier on, but you're the sort of fella like me who remembers this, right? If you remember doing this, you had an awesome childhood. Hunting woolly mammoth. Dressed for it this morning, Lee, and been sending us videos. There was something about new shorts and seedy operations. I imagined you in some lederhosen doing something unspeakable, but actually new shorts as in short videos, and you are growing seeds. You're encouraging people again in this year to grow their own food, get in the garden a bit more. What are you thinking then with these new films?
Oh, well, I know you change your scheduling, and it doesn't really fit in with my work, to be honest, sir. I thought I could do the videos during the week and send them to you. You can just play them when you speak to Jason or Matty. Perfect. And then I don't have to be on screen so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just easier for me to do that. And we've started the new veg garden at Carl's, which we've got some raised beds this time. So I'm going to minimise any effort. And I've just started my seedlings off in the garage under some artificial lights. But I've been watching videos about microgreens. I kind of got into it pre-COVID a little bit and then lost interest. So I'm going to start doing some microgreens in the garage. But I'm going to see if I can keep them going all year, which will be interesting.
Tell us more about microgreens then, because this is, as I understand it, we used to have them back in the 70s as well, and it was called cress, and you got some scissors and you put them on your jacket potato, didn't you?
Well, cress is one of the greens that do really well on it.
Yeah.
But pre-COVID, there was a few companies that started up, a couple in Lisbon actually, where they were growing, they're growing veg, well, no, salad leaves really, inside containers, inside mills, and then you cut them when they're young, when they're still full of all the vitamins and minerals that you need.
Yes.
And they're selling to restaurants, but then COVID hit, and they closed down rather quickly. Obviously, because all the restaurants were closed down. So
yeah, what a shame.
It started up again. It's becoming popular again. So, and I had the gear for a small setup. I had the gear in the shed, so I just thought I'll just get it used.
Yeah, because they moved on a bit from cress. I mean, I was working somewhere that was growing pea shoots to order for local restaurants. That's another one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, and this goes back to school as well, doesn't it? When you used to put a runner bean or a pea inside a jar with some blotting paper and you could see it shooting, within a few days. That's what you're growing, really, isn't it? At a greater scale. And you make a really good point about how nutritious they are, because if you've got those in your cellar or a garage, and you can cut those and get them on your table within minutes, that's some really good nutrition right there, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's really simple to do. It's very clean. You don't have to worry about insects and fungus because you've got them indoors.
Yeah,
it's just really easy to manage. So.
Right. And and we will play the video of your seedlings a little bit later on, maybe after we've said goodbye to you live on the screen here. But what are you going to be growing then? Give us an example of what crops people could do for themselves at home.
Well, at the moment, I've started off 2 sets of lettuce. So I've started off a green lettuce and a red lettuce.
Right.
I've started, because I'm actually doing my own seedlings for the veg garden as well. I've started off with tomatoes and peppers and some courgettes and some peas. They're all on the go at the moment, but I think on the video, I think it's just 5 trays.
Yeah.
But I'm actually considering keeping one of the peppers in the garage and see if I can get it to grow to full maturity and produce in the garage, which will be interesting. Which will be interesting.
And you're not far away, then, are you, from a hydroponic sort of operation?
Well, I don't want to get to hydroponics because you start talking about having to spend money on it and actually make an effort and take care of it. Where I want it just to be simple, clean, and easy to do. Yeah, which is a great message. And if I can do it on a shelf in my garage, then anybody can do it in the kitchen, in the cupboard, and there's so many units available now that you can buy that are actually quite trendy. They look quite nice.
Yes. I was in the shopping mall in Caldesterenia, La Vie, and there's a new, it's not an Apple shop officially, but they do accessories for apples and do screens and stuff like that. And they've got the desktop unit, which is a little hydroponic unit with a grow light, and you can have it on your office desk, and it does look great. It's, you could grow herbs in that. You can do the things you're talking about. So it is coming into the sort of consumer market now, isn't it? Are you growing any tobacco this year?
Oh, I wish I could.
Have you ever tried growing tobacco?
No.
I don't know what sort of climate you need. Virginia, I'm guessing, is
no. You can the strains of tobacco that grow everywhere.
Really?
So you can actually grow it in Portugal. I just haven't done it.
Right. Okay. Growing herbs inside. We know where your mind's going, I think, Pete, on that.
Well, I think it all started with the illegal trade in marijuana.
Yeah, right. And we've got, because me and Mrs. Emma tried to grow hydroponically, and the first places we used to go to get the kit, the lights, and the irrigation systems, we'd say, we don't actually want to grow drugs. We want to grow tomatoes and salad. And the people in the shop will be like, yeah, whatever. We don't care. We don't care. It's like, do you want a light bulb or not? It's a big industry, isn't it?
It was really expensive and massive, maybe 10, 15 years ago. Yeah. But as things do, they get better. The light systems get better. The bulbs used to be really expensive.
Yes.
And now they're down to what I'm using, which was €15 for a set of 5 lights. And you can buy full tank kits now. If you wanted to grow weed, you can buy full tank kits that fit into your spare bedroom for less than €200.
Not that we're encouraging that sort of behaviour that could incriminate the channel or.
No, but it has made it cheaper and more available, so you can actually grow veg at a reasonable price. Because you know what I always say, if you can buy it in the store cheaper, why would you put the effort into it? You know.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I can see that your emphasis is on ease and convenience, and there's also the joy of, you know, that's what comes in the end, isn't it? The joy of growing something that you're eating for yourself is the wonderful payoff that I think you're talking about.
And there's got to be a financial barrier to it, so you're not going to spend hundreds of euros on equipment to grow 50 quid worth of lettuce. You know,
people do though, don't they?
Oh, some people do, and I always find it quite strange. So
right.
the new raised beds I've got, they're on like €50 each.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't pay for them. I got them as part of the job.
Yes.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have them. It's just not cost effective.
Yes. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so you'll keep the videos coming. Loving that. We're watching the progress. We had the first raised bed video, and we'll play your seedling video after we've finished talking to you this morning. But I've got to talk to you about this weather. Every time I talk about the weather, James pushes back a bit. He's taking the mickey out of me here, I think. It's January, damn it. It shouldn't be raining. This stupid rain is interfering with my predetermined sunshine research. I am determined to prove there are 300 days of sunshine here in Portugal, but it really doesn't feel like it at the moment. And you're the man who can tell us, you know, what it's like to be out working in the rain.
Did you even the man cave chat still?
I am from time to time, yeah.
Right, well, did you see my video last night with the hailstorm?
No, I've got a different. But I've got a different hailstone video that I played this morning. What's going on, Lee? This isn't normal, is it?
Yeah, of course it is. Happens every year, Carl.
Don't say that.
It's perfectly normal.
Oh,
it's perfectly normal for this time of year. I was just talking, the customers who I'm sat at now, Sally's, we're just talking to them how actually it's better than most years.
No.
So, yeah, well, it is. Well, they're in Sintra, so they're at the back end of Sintra. So they get the weather. They get much more weather over this side. And
well, I feel like I'm on the back end of bloody Chicago here. I mean, it never stops raining or blowing a hoolie here. It's just boring.
I picked Sandra up last night from the train station at about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the lightning was right above us. It was instant. The lightning and thunder were together. And then the hailstorm started. It lasted about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it was dry again. The streets were clean. But I remember coming when I first started coming 10 years ago. I remember sat on the balcony watching a thunderstorm for about 3 hours. You know, just rolling in and just
back in the day.
But it just shows it happens every year, and it's this time of year. So.
Okay, and I'll soon be moaning about how it's too hot, won't I? Please. So when's it going to stop?
Well, we've got at least another month of it.
Oh, Lee, this is not what I want to hear this morning. I mean, it's terrible for you.
We've got at least another month of it, and we can still get good showers in April, can't we? As you know.
Exactly. Yeah. That's when it's meant to rain. It's not meant to rain at any other month in Portugal apart from in April. NWL Águas Mil. That's it. But I don't. Anyway. Okay.
No. I've always struggled this time of year to fit weekend work in because of the weather forecasts. Yeah. So it just is what it is.
You take care out there, and lots of layers. Then I mean, it's not just the wind and the rain, isn't it? And you're the man to speak to about this. It's how it penetrates the bones. It feels like to me. So what's your recipe for that? Lots of thermals and lots of layers.
Well, no, I was down to my t-shirt. Oh, well, yesterday morning. Yes, yeah, I didn't get out of the van till gone 10 o'clock yesterday. It was horrendous here. It was just bouncing down. But then come 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I was in my t-shirt.
Yeah, okay. That's the silver lining, isn't it? Yeah.
And then when I got to the bar at 7 o'clock, I had to jump on my body warmer over the top of it because it was freezing.
Yeah, it's
just that time of year. Yeah,
and there it is. There's one of my favorite memes. I just find it a bit miserable when it gets to that point where you just can't get warm. But you're absolutely right. We only have to wait another couple of months, and it'll all be behind us. People will be complaining, including me, about how too hot it is. And I'll forget my plans to move to Africa or the Far East that I was talking about late last night with Mrs. M.
Yeah, come August, we'll all be complaining it's too hot. We need a bit of rain for the garden.
All right, fantastic. Antonio F has joined us, and Edek as well. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Antonio.
It can go from Mancunian weather in the morning to Caribbean in the afternoon. That's not a bad lifestyle, is it?
Well, we're planning a trip to Scotland in March. And Sandra keeps asking me what she needs to take in the luggage. And I just keep saying everything. Because it'll be the same there as it is here now. It'll be
Throw everything you've got at it.
it'll be
Brilliant.
snowing in the morning and it'll be red hot in the afternoon, or vice versa. Or neither. And yeah, it just is what it is.
It
But
is
no,
what it is. Bring your woolies.
people keep complaining, saying it's environmental change and weather changes. It's not. It's just the natural routine.
There you go. Voice of reason and experience. You Brit. This is a very serious accusation, JMC. You Brits brought bad weather along with you. Well, I mean, according to Lee's anecdote, that could be true. That 10 years ago he sat and watched a thunderstorm. He might have brought it with him. The cabinet on our balcony blew over at 3 this morning. It was full of cleaning supplies. Sounded like an explosion, but at least the streets are nice and clean now below. Perhaps. That is terrifying, isn't it? And my balcony was blown over. It's like the terrible storm pictures you see from the UK, where 3 plastic chairs have been blown across the garden. This is serious.
No, there's been some good videos this year from the UK.
Yeah, trampolines.
The trees.
Yeah,
full trees coming down.
Yeah,
they've had it a bit rough over there the last couple of weeks. But
right.
we've had a couple of trees down here. We've had a bit of landslide. We've had a bit of flooding. So it's what it is.
It's nature doing its thing, and I think you're quite quietly approving of Mother Nature pushing back a little bit and reminding us that she is where we come from and who we have to respect.
It does sort them out for the boys, doesn't it? Because I was out grafting at 11 o'clock yesterday when all the other gardeners were sat in the vans and in the cafes. So it made me smile. Yeah.
Now I feel bad. Here I am sat in a warm office moaning about the weather, Lee. You've made me look like a real pathetic wimp. Well, thank you very much. It's been great to see you.
You are from the south. Right, I'm going to go get my bacon butter. I'm going to get my bacon butter before I start work.
Good lad. All right, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Nice
I'm going to play your CD video now.
I'll give you one last view of Kalari.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a lovely morning. That makes it all worthwhile. Cheers, Lee. Take care, mate.
Catch you later.
Bye. Right, let's play his video. He hasn't cheered me up at all. I was hoping he'd say, yeah, it's terrible. It's never been like this before, but no. He's banned from the show for at least a month when he returns. Here's his CD video.
Good morning, people. So this is video number 2. I promised Carl a video of something to do in the rain. So this is my little seed operation that I've just started. Peppers, red lettuce, green lettuce, tomatoes. These are going to be my microgreens, so they're going to live in my garage forever. They're going to be here all summer. The peppers, I'm going to try to see if I can get them to take and survive using LED lights. The tomatoes will probably go up to actually into the garden. So this is a dead simple setup. It was bought from Leroy Merlin maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. Less than €15. I bought 2 packs. We bought 2 lots of them because I was so impressed with it. So we bought a second lot. You can buy similar sets online. You can grow them in your kitchen. You can grow them in garage space. You can grow them technically anywhere you've got a plug socket. But I'm going to do mine this year in the garage, just to prove that you don't need a garden to grow your own veg. If you don't know what microgreens are, it's harvesting the fruit, the veg, when it's really small. So lettuce leaves are really good for it, because they grow quickly and you can harvest them within a few weeks of them taking. They're easy to look after. The advantage of being in the garage, like these are, is there's no pests to worry about, there's no chemicals to worry about. It's all done with organic materials and just water. The only thing you need to add is water. So I bought 2 sets. I've got 2 sets of lights. So what I intend to do is when the peppers start to grow, I'll thin them out, and I might start them on the bottom shelf and let them work up through, and I'll put another set of lights above and keep moving the lights up as they go, as they grow. It's just a test. I know other people have done it, so I'm going to see if I can do it. So this technically is all you need for microgreens. If you don't know what they are, Google them, have a look at loads of YouTube videos about microgreens and the benefits of them. Like I said, this is something anybody can do. This setup took me 5 minutes to sellotape the lights to the shelf. Bit of plastic to hold them on, trays to catch the water. Dead simple. So I will show this as an ongoing project as well with Carl. And when everything starts in the garden, we'll swap between the microgreens and the garden. But yeah, just a little bit of inspiration for you people with apartments and balconies. For less than €15, or approximately €15, you can have a setup where you can grow your own microgreens. And there is nothing stopping you. These lights have a timer set on them. So technically, apart from watering, I don't even have to look at them. I can come in at night after work, spray them down, and leave the timer on for the lights. So again, just a project I'll keep you up to date with throughout the summer, and we'll see how this goes. Have a great morning, everybody. Bye-bye.
I think the bringing back a few memories for people. That kind of setup. Microgreens or baby greens have been a thing in California for over 20 years. Are they a relatively new thing in Portugal? I don't think they are. It's about scale, and I think public awareness, really. I think people have been doing this for a long time. In the UK, I recall, I haven't been in Portugal for 20 years, so I'm not sure. What do you think, Antonio, on that? Who's urging you to hit the like button? Thank you very much, Antonio, for being here. We're going to come to some of your brilliant Portuguese sayings that you've been contributing to the Portugal Club thread of that kind. Part of the value, and I was interesting to have that conversation with you about crime. You do a crime report there as well, and asking you about the scale of crime and particular kind of reporting that seems to be going on at the moment as well. Waiting for the arrival of Paolo Funassi, the mayoral hopeful down there in Albufeira. I just want to make sure that he's got my memo over on Facebook, and looking forward to hearing about all the books that he's got currently on the go. Oh, I need a link. I thought I'd send that. There it is there, Paolo. He didn't. I did send him the link. He's not seen it yet, but he will now. So he'll be joining us in just a minute, which gives me a chance to talk to you about the daily deal today. Actually, let's do that, and we'll come back to the sayings a little bit later on, if I may. Whilst we're just waiting for Paolo to join us, here it is. It's 10% off Expats Portugal. This is where I'll be tonight, of course, on the town hall and webinar at 7:30. On tax efficiency with Holborn Assets. But here we go, 10% off then. We've changed things slightly a little bit with our affiliate connection with Expats Portugal to give you 10% off their premium packages. 14-day, no risk money back guarantee. You'll love it, or we'll refund your money. But look, 5-star reviews all the way. The go-to service for all things Portugal. I know a lot of you have been Expats Portugal members in the past, especially for moving to Portugal, and you'll continue to get discounts if you become a member again. And one thing that might be useful to you, and I'll be sharing this testimonial again tonight, but this is something that might be useful to you. It's all about tax and fiscal today and tonight at 7:30 on the webinar, and then the town hall at 9 o'clock. Where the great pastéis de nata, spoon to spoon or not to spoon controversy blew up last week. Might touch back on that in just a moment as well. But here's a testimonial. If you're looking for ongoing fiscal support, you might be interested in this testimonial. I'm a US CPA with over 40 years experience as a public accounting and CFO. Learned early on that tax rules in Portugal are very complicated. NHR status just adds to that complication. During the last 2 years, as we plan for our move to Portugal, I meet with 4 Portuguese tax accountants, lawyers. Never felt like I understood the rules. I'm not sure if they did they? Completely. And I was getting different answers from some of these tax professionals. That's not unusual to get different answers from different tax professionals in Portugal. It's my experience as well. I was worried until I met with Pedro Franco at EI, and he's the new boy at, and literally new boy. I think all of his other colleagues are female, women. During a trip to Lisbon in November of 24, all the light bulbs went on. He explained everything with an elegant simplicity. I finally found the guy. Kudos to Gilda for finding and hiring Pedro. For what it's worth, my membership of Expats Portugal has paid for itself countless times. And you can get 10% off if you use our code as well, GMP, when you're checking out. I have used or am in the process of working with Daniel Reis, Gilda and a team at EI, Nuno at Winsurance, Luis at Global International Relocation, Casa Portuguesa, ACP, blimey, the whole suite, UPAC, WeShip, K9 Jets and Spartan FX. the move to Portugal would not have happened without Expats Portugal. So there you go. If you want to get a discount on that membership, find out more at expatsportugal.com and use the code GMP when you're checking out there to get yourself some good discounts on the services just mentioned there. Female, yes, I didn't mean to say female women. I meant to say yes, females, women. It was a comma in there. Oh gosh, I'm not sure I want to wade into that political, that ideological battleground right now. But thank you for putting me right there, João Ernesto. Yes, I don't know what he's laughing at. What's JMC laughing at now? We rather leave space food for astronauts. That's brilliant. Microgreens, space food. They aren't, says Pete, but all the companies shut down when electricity prices made them unsustainable. Well, there is that as well. That's a cracking answer, JMC. Paolo, are you all right? All I'm getting at Paolo's end is a view of Mars, I think. We'll come back to you in a moment. I'm not seeing you, Paolo. We may have to speak to you just on audio. But loving your shot of Mars. Are you working for Elon Musk now? Barney Chance. No, yeah, and I think, yeah, part of the reason why microgreens might not be so popular here in Portugal is because we've got sunshine 300 days a year, actually. And even today, I'm looking at the weather, and we're going to have a sunny day in Porto, in Coimbra. Faro's got sun as well. So there is sunshine around the countryside. I can stop moaning at least for about 20 minutes. Thank you very much. Let's see what's happening with Paolo then. Olá, bom dia. Tudo bem, Paolo?
Bom dia, bom dia.
Olá, bom dia. Are you looking through a telescope at Mars?
You see me?
No, it looks somewhat gynecological as well. It could be a cervix we're looking at. I hope it's not, frankly. But all I can see is a kind of pink donut, which is not something I expected to say this morning.
But you can hear me.
I
Correct?
can hear you. That is the main thing. That's the main thing, Paolo. So yeah, how are you? Tudo bem? Como está?
Tudo bem. Obrigado. Thank you.
Now,
Thank you. From sunshine Albufeira today.
All right. So you got some sunshine down there, have you?
Yes, a strong, heavy windy, but sun. The sun is rising again.
Good for you. I'm so pleased to hear that. Now, all sorts of things to check in with you. It's always great fun talking to you about your political career, how you're helping people out down there, and all of these books that you've been writing and helping people to write. Can we catch up on that first? There he is. What's going What's going on with the books then? And the Funassi files, as I was calling them. You've written loads, haven't you?
Yes, I wrote many books about Algarve and Albufeira, my place in the universe, and I wrote in all last year many books, but many of them I released in January of this year. Right. I am still writing other books about Albufeira. Why? Because I love Albufeira, and I wanted to make a contribution for Albufeira. So I said to the mayor 2 days ago in the assembly, Albufeira have a few books writing about Albufeira, about the city. So I want to cooperate to make to write much more books about Albufeira, because I think Albufeira have many. I have a few writers and few books about the city, and but Albufeira is visited for millions of people in the last years. But nobody write about Albufeira. So I want to help the city help. Okay. The city in so I on the library to write about Albufeira. I wrote the Algarve experience is about Algarve. Is a 90 interview from people that came from 60 different countries who lives in Algarve. So imagine the Scottish people thinking different, have another point of view about, from an example, than the Senegal people, the Moroccan people, Paraguayan people, So an example, the Norwegian people say, I came here from in Algarve because it's hot in the summer, it's very good in the winter. You talk with the Senegal people here is too cold, is a hell, you know. So it's
all
very,
of life
very
is
different.
there.
Very
yeah, all of
different.
life is there, isn't it?
Yes, this book is was translated was written in 4 different languages, so English, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. And I right now I have a friend, Erika, that helped me to translate in Norwegian.
Wow, amazing!
In
So,
Norwegian, yes.
This is incredible. Did you expect to be a writer when you were younger? Did you think all of this would happen?
No, not when I am writer. No, when I am last year. So it's a surprise for myself to become a writer. 1 years ago, I never imagined this, but I, with the help of Anna Alcott, she's a British writer. She learned me some secrets about the books. So I start a first book with her. Then I release books alone about Albufeira. Albufeira 2029 is a fiction politic that imagine 5 foreigners who came from different countries become friends here in Albufeira and cooperate each other and win the election in the political local election in 2029. So the history
this is a biography. Paolo, this is a biography, isn't it? Not a fiction.
No. because it's in the future. So told about Albufeira. Okay. About Albufeira in the past, about them in the past, and then start the fiction. The half of the book is a fiction about the future, because I don't know what happened in the future. So have and run for the election in 2029 and win the election, political election in Albufeira.
It's funny you say that.
Is in Portuguese. Is in Portuguese. The book is in Portuguese. Then another book. This is biography. Estrangeiro.
Can I stop you there? You're writing in Portuguese.
Yes.
That's incredible. Wow.
No. I wrote, speak Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese very good. No problem.
Yeah, I understand that, but to write a book is another level of comprehension.
Yes. No, I have no problem. And I wrote another book, estrangeiro in Portuguese, estrangeiro em Albufeira, is meaning a foreigner in Albufeira.
Yes.
Yes, is my biography, political biography. Is my political biography here, 200 pages about all the articles in the newspaper, in all my appearance in the municipal assembly, all my speeches, all my political career here in Albufeira.
What an incredible man you are. And that's a blueprint, isn't it? As Portuguese society changes perhaps to accept more people who've settled in the country entering into political life, that will be a bit of a blueprint and a manual for them. Why are you shaking your head? Why not?
No, I don't think the society, not Albufeira society, for sure, is not accept the foreigners. Accept you go to the restaurant and pay the bill, but don't like that you go to the political society. It is not. I understand the people, so I understand the other part. I understand.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
So imagine, say Paraguayan people, Nepali people, or me go to England to speak because you need to make this. I know is not all the people is accept this. I understand perfectly. But in Albufeira, is half of the population is came from other countries. Half of the population. So we have the foreigner here is the arms of the workers of the business. Is the heart of the business here in Albufeira, is the heart of the arms, the many minds about the business. Yes, and imagine the business is the society is like a body. I think the foreigner here is the heart, the arm, because an example, you have many Indian people who work in agriculture, in restaurants, hotels, many people came from the retired people came from Norwegian, Swedish, Dutch, German, English are the people who pay the bills in all the restaurant, the city life. The heart of the city life is came from foreigners.
It's very interesting.
The local people is have no some money because they have work from many of them work from the state political, not political, public workers. Yes. So yes. the it's very cheap the como es un salario in English.
The wages, the minimum wage.
Wage is very cheap here. Yeah. So Albufeira is an expensive city. So it's much more for foreigners than the Portuguese people. Yes. Because it's too expensive. Imagine the apartments, the restaurants, all is for foreigners.
So it's interesting. James is making the point here, Paolo. You know that Albufeira became rich since the 80s, and still people, I don't know if that's dying of hunger, but they are hungry 30 kilometers away in the mountains, which brings us back to political solutions, right? That that is a political problem, isn't it? That could be solved, I would have thought, but that's the way it's going, in these last few decades, and it's something that definitely needs attention.
No, I think the foreigners can help the Portuguese people too, because if we help each other, we work together, we can make solution for all the people, including the Portuguese people. Because I know many people came from, an example, England, Italy, German, retired people that was. Owners of rich company and some have brilliant ideas. Yes. But the political parties here are very close to each other, and so not help the evolution of the society and the city here.
Because that's a very interesting conspiracy, isn't it? It's like, we don't like each other, but we like anyone who tries to upset our relationship even less. That's a pretty. I think that's quite a standard sort of political response in a way, isn't it? Is knowing is not wanting to have the status quo upset, really, and we can understand that. But there's no reason why we shouldn't try and in some way intervene. Might be too strong a word, but you're doing your best, aren't you, to change that a little bit and bring some.
No, I do because one thing, I don't care about what the people are thinking. Because if you care, I receive many murder threats, offense every day. In the social media, but so I don't care, because if you are afraid or worried or care, you don't sleep. So yes. I don't care. I try to do my best, and I think you need an iron face to go through the streets. Yes. and work in what you believe. I believe in.
Well, there's no question about your integrity and belief, I think, in your mission there, Paolo, and I have great respect for you on that basis. So we're running out of time this morning, but I always love hearing you check in. You are still running for mayor, though, right, in Albufeira? Is it the election this year you're entering?
Yes, but I am right now. I am waiting because we try to make an agreement with many other parties,
right?
Opposite parties right now, opposite, to stay together. Because only if we make an agreement, the opposite party, we can win the election against the mayor of the present.
Wow.
So if an example, I go to the mayor. If I will go to against the mayor, other party will go against the mayor. We divide our force, our power. You know.
Yes, indeed.
So
of course.
Stay together will be the solution to win.
Always.
So we try to make an agreement. I don't know. I don't guarantee this, but we try.
So that you're forming a coalition to overthrow the established power.
This is my hope and hope of other people. But I don't.
You never know.
I am waiting for the answer of other party in the next few days.
That's politics, my friend, isn't it? That's how it works. You're really getting in there, rolling your sleeves up, getting in there deep and dirty into the politics. So I wish you well with that. And I think it will be great in the run up to the election. Can we have you come and see us every month with an update?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, good luck. Good luck with the books. Good luck with the
just an advertisement.
Go ahead.
I am still writing from a book about all the residents in Albufeira speaking about the city. I wrote the Algarve experience. Now I am writing the Albufeira experience. So many interview of residents of Albufeira talk about Albufeira. People from many countries and Albufeira from born in Albufeira too. Brilliant. So and the other is writing is about Nuno S. Nuno S maybe is the most big entertainment in Albufeira here in the streets. All the people who came from Albufeira know him. His voice, and I am still writing a book about him.
I don't know how you do it all. I don't know how you fit it all in, Paolo. And you work full-time as well, don't you? You're an incredible man. Right, lovely to talk to you, as ever, inspiring. And we'll find out next time what's happening with that cricket field as well, because we want to come down and play some cricket at some point. Okay, mate, take care. All the best. Have a great day. Bom dia, ciao.
Thank you.
Ciao. There he goes. Paolo Funassi. We got to see him in the end. Just quickly then, before you go, a couple of lovely Portuguese quotes, sayings of the day. And I want to share all of these, most of them on the screen with you because they're great. Antonio F. takes a lot of trouble to get these for us. Can you figure this out? Fé de mulher é pena sobre água. A woman's faith is like a feather over water. I'm thinking, he says note. I have no idea what it means or how it applies. I'm just thinking, a woman's faith is a very delicate thing, is what I'm thinking about that. Febre outonal, or longa ou mortal. Autumn fever is either long or deadly. That's what I'm telling you. You didn't want to catch a fever in autumn. Okay. Is that sort of like a pre-COVID Portuguese saying there? Long COVID, autumn fever, either long or deadly. Febre outonal or longa ou mortal. And feliz ao jogo. Infeliz aos amores. Happy or lucky at gambling could mean that you're unhappy, unlucky in love. We don't need to hear any personal testimonials about that situation, but aren't they fantastic? Giving you an inclination into the human mind as much as the language itself there. Thank you, Antonio, for those. Your criminal facts are also there, and it's a place where we can have discussions. And in the classroom, you'll find all our contacts and our discount deals and perks and so on. There's quite the resource over there at the Good Morning Portugal Club. GMPVIP.com if you want to join in connection with what I was talking about earlier on in the show. Right, yeah, that Bom Dia Daily deal is 10% off Expats Portugal's premium packages, and I will be with them this evening for a tax efficiency webinar at 7:30 and at 9, the town hall, where last week it was quite the situation, which I've taken to the pages of the Portugal Resident, which is also published this morning, on this matter, to spoon or not to spoon. See you tomorrow. Take care.